I wet my t-shirt from crying so hard, I had to change it. It was ridiculous. This is my absolute favorite romance series, and I do not say that lightly. It is the Windy City series. If you've read this series, you can understand my reaction to it. But if you've never read it, I am here to convince you. So buckle up, buckaroo. I'm just kidding. I don't know where that came from. But I am here. So settle down and grab some snacks because we're gonna get into it. This series is placed in Chicago. It is an interconnected standalone found family. It's a beautiful found family. And it is different from all of the romance I have ever read. There is a reason why this is my favorite because it is deep. Like it has depth, it is funny, it is sexy, and it has like real conversations. It has so many moments of just kicking my feet and I'm just giggling, and it just has a lot of moments of just fucking kiss already. It is rich, funny banters, but there's also a lot of like you're making my cheeks like red, like moments. There are no stupid conflicts in here. But because there's no stupid conflicts in this series, when there are conflicts that arises, you are in the hurt with these characters. Usually when you read a romance series, you know that it's going to end in like a happy ending. But here, because you're in it with them, your stomach is like in knots and you're just like what if just makes the ending so much sweeter. I always sob. I had never read any of this book and not sob my eyes out. We're gonna get into it. First book, Mile High, one that started it all, laid the foundation. Stevie and Xander's. How about Xander's? This whole series, by the way, is a sports romance series. This first book is a hockey book. And this actually revived hockey romance series for me. Because for me, hockey romance is overdone and over sexualized at times, except heated rivalry. And don't, or I can talk about that and all its nuances later. I love it. So stop. Anyway, so Xander's. He is your typical playboy, cocky motherfucker that just has this reputation that he feels like he has to upkeep. And then he meets their new team flight attendant, Stevie. Stevie does not give a flying fuck about Xander's. And I mean, internally, she thinks he's hot, but she's like, I don't give a shit about you. Stevie has a special place in my heart because she is the first curvy girl that was written that I felt seen. It is hard to write a curvy girl in books that is not making themselves so self-deprecating. She wrote about how being a flight attendant, there's a certain expectations to be small. Like a lot of the people around her and like how the flight attendant clothes doesn't she doesn't like how it fits on her and she prefers to be in oversized clothes. She also wrote that she's worked really hard to love her body. That fighting thoughts that were happening in there, that's hard to articulate in a book. And I love that. I just, it was like, it was, I just felt so seen. And then, so I fell in love with her. And this two together, see their journey, and you see Xander's relationship with his mental health and just destroying absolute toxic masculinity, and Stevie's relationship with her mother. It was just so much more than I expected from a romance book. And then I was like, holy shit. And then to find out that Stevie has an older brother, and it was the second book. I was like, so the second book, right? Ryan fucking Shay. Ryan fucking Shay. Little did I know, the grumpiest basketball guy, the most stoic, serious, disciplined man could be the deep, loving, hot man that we will meet. And he will be this only for one girl, Indy. And there's something about man, like serious man, being just this for their woman. Just mm. And Indy. So the woman in this book will find something to relate to any woman in this book. Whether if you're reading this, whether you're a woman, a man, a gay, or a they, like you will find something to relate. And to the men in this book, you will find something that you hold on to that you would like to find in a partner. And it's just that's what's make this so addicting. But Indy is me through and through. That girl, she is the sensitive girl of that group, and that is me. She's the romantic, she's the emotional, she's the one that loves books. She's the sunshine and the lover, and just she's that girl. And that is, I related to that girl so much. I saw my soul in that girl. The two of them together is your true definition of grumpy versus sunshine. Ryan Shay is Stevie's brother, and Indy is Stevie's best friend. So you have best friend's brother and best friend's best friend. And what had happened is Indy, something happened, like life kind of blew up on her and she needed a place to stay. And Stevie, she's like, oh, you could stay at my brother's penthouse. And Ryan's like, and then Stevie kind of made that happen. So now they're in forced proximity. And you see this journey of Indy slowly adding life and color into Ryan's gray and straightforward life. And it's just so beautiful. It was to die for. I was sobbing. It was tears in that ending. And then we get the third book. This is my favorite book of the series. And it gets better from here. I don't know how it got better, but it did. Chefs. I didn't know I have a thing for chefs. Like chefs and doctors. I didn't know. So we meet Miller. Miller is the FMC in this book, and she is our badass pastry chef. Just recently won a Michelin star, but she realized she needed to change a change of pace because she needed to get her mojo back. She's having a little bit of an imposter syndrome. And I feel like we can find a little bit of ourselves in Miller because whoever we are and wherever we are in our life, I think we have felt a little bit of an imposter syndrome in our life. I felt that pain from her. And then enter our single dad, Kai fucking Rose. Mother of heaven of books. And he wears glasses. And his baby is plump. I don't know yet. And he plays baseball. And he's a protective dad. Like he fires all the nannies like unconsciously because he thinks nobody's good enough to take care of Max. He's just scrumptious. What happened is Miller's dad is Kai's coach. Monty, which is Monty. There's going to be a book that's going to be released in March, which is Monty's story. So excited. And so Monty is tired of Kai firing all these nannies and like worrying like in the game who's gonna watch Max. So finding out that Miller needed a change of pace, he's like, "Hey, go watch Kai's kid." At first, it's like, "No, no, 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 whatever," and then that whole thing kind of just came to fruition. We find out that Miller is freaking good with babies. Like she didn't even realize this. And then the magic happened. Us watching Miller is good with babies. And then their bond starting to happen. And then Miller watching Kai with his baby. And then just us watching that happen. And then us seeing Miller with Monty. The dad and daughter relationship there too. It's just I just my daddy issues just I was sobbing buckets of water like out of my eyes. I had I had this is when I had to change shirts. I just if you had daddy issues, I have daddy issues to resolve. This is the book. I could not it's just amazing. So we met Kai Rhodes. He now will meet his playful, funny golden retriever brother Isaiah Rhodes in book 4, Play Along. So Isaiah, whenever I think of him, I some part of me softens. I feel like the misunderstood child in me felt like the feels like that had to hide behind humor is him. And my heart squeezes for him the entire story. The whole time, like in this whole like past books, he's always been playfully like hitting on the youngest teen doctor, and her name is Kennedy. And then when like finally the opportunity, like the real opportunity arises, he took it, entered the badass redhead Kennedy. I felt for Kennedy because of her family upbringing. It hit too close to home because she grew up uh, with conditional love. She had to work for her love. She grew up thinking that to need less, to be easy, to not need too much, to be low maintenance, to want the least possible. So when Isaiah showed her that love is patient and love is steady and love is easy and love is does not come with strings attached, she was at first scared at it. And seeing two people that were misunderstood finding understanding with each other just brought so much. The last book, we finally see Rio's story. And I tell you finally because we've met Rio from the very beginning in the book. He is kind of like Xander's second ish right hand. And I say ish because, yeah. And he's this funny guy. And it was established that he's this funny guy. That is his character. He is this funny guy that brings his boombox and he's loud and yeah. And he's also Indy's best friend from book 2. And he is Ryan Shay's number one fan. And it's the dynamic of Ryan Shay and him is hilarious because he's the super fan and Ryan Shay just pretends he doesn't exist. And it's a funny thing, not like a deprecating thing. We finally find out why he carries this boombox. And it is so heartbreaking. My heart hurts just thinking about it now. This is a second chance romance book. And usually I have a love and hate relationship with second chance romance books. But this is how you do second chance romance because usually second chance romance are stupid miscommunications that happens And there are no stupid miscommunication that happens here. There are real accountability and specific apologies that happen. There's no bullshit miscommunication. There's still a lot of inks. There's real adult acknowledgement. Like, this is how grown people talk. Like, anyways, we finally see this serious hurt and heat from him. And when I finally see him and him, there's this scene. Miss Hallie. A lot of people said that Miss Hallie is not their favorite. And I think because she doesn't have a very like stamp loud or just a signature personality. And I think that is what her signature personality, because she's so grounded, she's self aware and self assured. Both of them are haunted by their past. When they finally figured out what happened to them and what went down, my God, the person that was responsible for what had happened deserves to have the shits for the rest of their life. So after all of that, after the beautiful resolution, the beautiful love story, they're together and all of that, we got the wonderful epilogue. The second half of the tier. I think Liz takes private lessons on how to write deep, wonderful stories to and how to monetize them, because like Queen, like you like this is how it's done. Like go you. Like I support women and like like take my money here. Like cuz you're doing the damn thing. Like I am blown away. Like as I said, I never know how you top your last book to the next. Like it is impossible. As I said, we see in every book their lives are integrated to one another. So each couple, their lives gets together. And for us to see the final ending, their all of their lives are fully infused. It is the ending that we all needed, that have followed along this journey from the very beginning. I cried. Like we watched Xander's do everything for CV. We watched Ryan Shea laid out his heart for Indy. We watched Kai Rhodes and Miller follow their dreams even though it was scary. We watched Isaiah wait patiently for Kennedy, and we watched Rio and Haley try again. And it was just, when I say that this is my favorite romance series of all time, again, I do not say this lightly. Every time I share this to people, they have absolutely loved it. They have found the book or the people that they related the most. So I share it to you, and I hope that you love it as much as I do. I will see you later. I love you.